Hey Pisces, welcome to your weekly reading. It's going to be your reading here from July 14th until the 20th. I hope you're doing well. We're just going to go ahead here and get started and jump straight in. While I'm pulling the cards, I do want to announce that I am running a sale on my personal readings. If you haven't heard yet, that link will be down below in the description if you're interested in booking a personal reading. Let's take a look here, Pisces. What do we got going on here? What do we got going on? Let's see. Pisces here. All right, let's pull your oracle cards before we jump into your reading. Looks good so far, Pisces. Let's see. Let's take a look here. You pulled this opposition card. It says confrontation. All right, so there's some challenges here. Every time I see an opposition, like an opposition in astrology is when there's 2 points opposing each other or 2 planets opposing each other. And it's like having to navigate the balance of both. And it could feel confronting or challenging. It's like directly in your face, right? So it's like you're having to deal with something here. Let's see here. You pulled this abundance card though, so I feel you will experience a feeling of abundance here this week, more abundance here. But I think that's what you're focused on too. Can I keep it real with you? The Eight of Pentacles being the overall energy. The Eight of Pentacles is the work that we do to gain what it is that we want. It's the work that we do to gain the abundance, right? So the Eight of Pentacles deals with our work. It deals with employment. It just deals with, it can deal with mastering something or just working on things so that way we can reap our rewards, right? Nine of Pentacles is the next card. If you look at the Nine of Pentacles, it's reaping the harvest, right? So that's what you're working on and working toward. And I feel like right now this could be the confrontation. It's like you're being challenged to like put in extra work or put in extra effort here, so that way you can gain what it is that you want, right? Achieve what it is that you want, make more money, right? Get more business success or work on your own self personally. The Eight of Pentacles is a card of self-development, right? I think it's all of those things, if I'm being real with you, Pisces. Let's see here. Let's see. You pulled this, a new start is coming here, so get ready for a new beginning here. I mean, we are going to be coming into a new moon here in about 2 weeks, right? So 2 weeks from today, it'll be a week after this week, right? We come into that new moon in Leo, right? Where it's going to be about our own happiness, right? All right, let's take a look here, Pisces. You pulled this Eight of Pentacles here for the overall energy. Like I said, keep it short and brief. The Eight of Pentacles this is a week to where you're having to work probably a little bit harder than usual, but I don't think it's something you're shying away from. And in fact, you may be enjoying the challenge of something here this week. Even if the work has been undesirable, I kind of sense like something shifting when it comes to your mindset and the way you're being motivated this week. So where with the Eight of Pentacles is like, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do what it is I need to do here, so that way I can gain what it is that I want. I think right now, as we enter into the week with the Page of Cups, you're just going with the flow, being a Pisces, Page of Cups, feeling things out, listening to your intuition. I also feel though, that you're inspired by something. Like you could be becoming inspired by something. The Page of Cups sort of reminds me of, it's the imagination, right? So Pisces, you rule the imagination. It's easy for you to imagine things. I think you're just sort of maybe daydreaming, not even in a negative way, Pisces. I think you're maybe daydreaming, or you're just sort of tapping into these intuitive, like this inspiration, like this intuitive inspiration that could be like that sort of, moving with you at this time, right? As you embrace the flow, as you work, as you do your day-to-day things. And I also see there being like a lot more creativity here as well for you this week. So you could be really getting creative, or maybe you're kind of being forced to get creative here. But there is some type of new, because you pulled this card, a new start is coming. And then with the Page of Cups, this person they have lotuses on their shirt. So what it represents is like resurrection, right? A rebirth, right? And with that rebirth, there being a lot of creativity. And with the Sun card being here in your challenge, and then the Fool card being your advice, I think your challenge right now is I wanted to say it's on your own happiness, which I think it is here with the Sun card. But I think too, like you maybe have some doubts. Can I keep it real, Pisces? Like with this opposition card, confrontation, like whenever there's an opposition, it's like we're being confronted by challenge. And so it can naturally make us like doubt, or where we feel worry, or just like, I don't know, where, can I really keep it real with you, Pisces? The Sun card in the challenge can represent like your attitude, right? I'm not saying you got a bad attitude, Pisces. That's not what I'm saying. But the Sun card deals with optimism, faith, joy. It deals with liberation, freedom, happiness, positivity, growth, expansion, creativity, embracing life with a positive energy. And it's in your challenge. But the good thing about the Sun card being in the challenge is that it's positive no matter what. And so I kind of sense here that you may sort of have these doubts about the future, because you could be wondering if things will be as good as you may be wondering if the future is going to be as good as you think. And so that could be like the challenge. And I feel like it is actually here, Pisces. The Fool card, as your advice is saying here, like to embrace all the possibilities. Like the Fool card deals with embracing new possibilities. It's actually the planet Uranus. So like Uranus deals with, when it comes to humanistic astrology, it deals with where you feel that spontaneous urge to go beyond what you've done before, right? To enter into new experiences, or where maybe one is sort of being redirected to new experiences and they're totally new, or you could be wanting to seek those out, or maybe you're about to leap into a new experience in your life. That's why the Fool card is like new beginnings, right? And the advice is to embrace all the possibilities here, but to take chances here, like take a chance on what makes you happy with the Sun card. Trust the intuition that is guiding you at this time and the inspiration that is flowing through you at this time. Now, I know there may be this 8 of Pentacles here and this opposition card to where maybe you got responsibilities and there's other things that could be demanding a lot of your time at this time. And it's like you're trying to find that balance. But don't close yourself off to the possibilities. I would take chances here, Pisces. You pulled the Two of Swords here in the future position. I think you're making peace with something here. Also, too, Pisces, you do have the Fool card as your advice. So this can sometimes mean like you need time to process something and think about something before making a decision, which by all means, right? Like take your time to process things and make decisions. But also the shadow side of the Two of Swords that we can fall into is being on the fence, right? To where we're hesitating or we've become indecisive and like we need to actually do something. And so follow your intuition, follow what your gut says. Don't be afraid to leap into new experiences or try new things or to embrace new beginnings here. But I also get with this Two of Swords, there's a lot going on here in this reading, Pisces, that the Two of Swords is Moon in Libra. So this deals with balance when it comes to your personal life, right? And your relationship to things in your life, not just with people, but with work, your career. It could be your relationships, right? And so in the future, it's like you're really having to move forward with balance. And that's also being reflected with this opposition card. So where the opposition is like two things that need attention, right? And so it's like you can't be two over here and you can't be two over here. It's like you gotta go back and forth. And so I'm kind of getting this energy sort of happening for you this week. You did pull the Four of Cups here in the outcome position here. I'm going to clarify this, Pisces. We'll come to this in a second. We'll keep that a mystery. We'll come to the outcome in a moment. We pulled the Page of Swords, though, in the position of something you're unaware of that you need to be aware of here. We're going to have to clarify that too, Pisces. Let's see. This read is so deep and has a lot of depth here. It's like with Pisces, Pisces, you're just a sign of, with Pisces, it's inconclusive. Like there is no bottom with Pisces. Like you can find meaning in everything, right, Pisces? Like Pisces, you can explore everything from all different angles, and those angles have angles, and those angles have angles, and that depth has depth, and that deepness goes even deeper. And so when I always say this with Pisces reads, that when I'm doing a Pisces reading, it's like there's always so much that I can feel, right? Pisces, there's always so much that you can feel, but trying to just like decipher it all is where it's like, okay, like I can try. Like, oh man. before we clarify though, the Sun card can deal with like your state of being. So that's why I said like it can be like your attitude, but it's just your state of being, right? The Sun represents our being, your ability to be, right? And maybe that could be being challenged at this time with the Eight of Pentacles because it's work, right? And you'd rather probably be doing other things, but there's other responsibilities that you have to take care of. And so that can always bring pessimism and negativity and annoyance, right? But I feel like you're being encouraged here to, not to let it get to you. The Fool card as advice sometimes represents being more carefree and, just, shrugging things off, keeping things light. But the Abundance card, what I also wanted to say, like abundance is like a state of being. Like we've all heard like what's going on inwardly is what you attract outwardly, right? And so by tapping into that inner state of abundance here, Pisces, that inner abundance that Pisces have, like a lot of people don't have what Pisces have. Y'all forgot that y'all's ruling planet is Jupiter, right? I know y'all don't forgot. It's also Neptune, but Jupiter is like, it's the planet of abundance and generosity and faith and optimism and joy. That's the Sun card, right? And Pisces is water, and so it's Jupiter submerged in the deep depths of the waters, and that expands in all these angles, and it's just inconclusive, right? It just goes on for forever. So that's the deep depth of the inner state of being and grace that Pisces have. And like when y'all are in that state, y'all create magical things. But when y'all not in that state because of an opposition or a confrontation or something that's the opposite, right? Because the opposition is the opposite. It's like, okay, Pisces can be a little feisty. Let's see here. Clarify the Eight of Pentacles for the overall energy. You pull the Three of Swords here. Yeah, I can see what's going on now. The Eight of Pentacles, Three of Swords, there's things that you have to work on and correct. And also Three of Swords is like, it's like right now life is calling for balance in other areas, and maybe you're having to sacrifice certain things because other things are calling for your attention. And so it's like you're not getting you're not in that desired state of abundance that you would like to be in. But that doesn't mean you're out of it, right? That just means that maybe other things are calling, or maybe other things are demanding your attention at this time. Clarify the Page of Cups. Yeah, the Magician here. Yeah, I mean, the Magician is the instigation of transformation. So it's like, the Magician is like making things happen creatively. So I see you tapping into that energy as you enter into the week. Clarify the Sun card. Clarify the Sun card and the challenge. You pulled the Nine of Cups here. Nine of Cups is my card of expectation. It's the wish fulfillment card, right? So it's like he expects to get his wish fulfilled, right? But sometimes in life, with the Sun card being here in the challenge, it's like maybe we're not expecting the best, or we're not in that inner state of abundance. Again, the Nine of Cups is Jupiter and Pisces. So it's like the inner state of abundance here that you're trying to tap into, or just the abundant feeling energy here that's being challenged. And maybe you're having to work harder at this time, or there's challenges at this time that's sort of causing resistance and taking you out of the flow. Clarify the Two of Swords in the future. Equal the Four of Swords. Yeah, I see this week being a week of rest here for you, like you resting. Two of Swords, Four of Swords. Specifically, life has been demanding with that Eight of Pentacles. I see you being able to rest and find peace of mind here, Pisces. And also, too, there's something here, it's like a decision I see you thinking about, but I see you relaxing and chilling, like you're chilling here before you make that decision. Some of you may have Cancer placements. Because that Fool card being your advice is like, what, it's like, it's the leap into a new experience. Like, what's the new thing? And maybe right now there's other responsibilities and things that you're doing, so you can't really maybe make those decisions right now, or maybe you're needing time to make those decisions. But whenever that decision comes, the Fool card says, like, allow yourself to try something new, do something new, or to leap into things, take chances. Clarify the Four of Cups in the outcome. You pull the Five of Pentacles here. Why do I feel like, give me one more on this, Pisces. You have the Two of Cups. I knew it. I feel like you could be I think there's someone here in your energy, Pisces, that you could be missing this could be like a person. I'm not saying it has to be romantic. Like, it could be any type of relationship here, but maybe you're feeling just not supported. Like 4 Cups feeling not supported or ignored, or you could even be daydreaming with that 5 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, and you could be missing someone, or it's vice versa. Maybe you both are missing each other, or maybe this is you just feeling distant from your close family or friends, or just feeling distant from your community, from people, lacking connection, lacking fulfillment. And like, this card encourages you here to connect. Now, obviously, if you're going through a breakup, separation, I think this is the natural part of the separation, right? So it's like you may just be needing to move through that 4 Cups energy. But I will say, that a lot of the times we can isolate with that 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. I'm just keeping it real, Pisces. 8 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, we can isolate and just work, and then we don't have connection. And so we feel the 4 Cups. We feel like a lack of connection, a lack of fulfillment in a certain area of our life. And I think that area may be needing attention here. Clarify the Fool as your advice. Equal the 7 of Cups, yeah. I mean, 7 of Cups is the power of the imagination, which Pisces you rule, and it's also how our imagination sparks desire. So it deals with options and choices you have, and exploring those new options, new choices, and allowing yourself to be imaginative again, Pisces. Tapping into your creative imagination and creating a new experience for yourself. Be open to the possibilities as well, and to what could happen with the 7 of Cups. It's very interesting, Pisces. I feel like, it makes a lot of sense. The South Node's in Virgo. We got Mars in Virgo at this time. So Mars being in Virgo, it's opposing you. It's like demanding you to take care of all these little things, and it could be very annoying, and it's taking you out of your Pisces energy. But remember, there's a balance of giving yourself time to be creative again, be imaginative again, be idealistic again, and explore new things again. Last card. You pull the 10 of Swords here on the Page of Swords. I just think one thing to be aware of, the Page of Swords, this is very Uranus and Gemini. Uranus is just coming in Gemini. It does square you at this time. Gemini does square Pisces, so Uranus coming into Gemini is squaring you. And so I'm gonna make this simple. Uranus and Gemini is simply put that Gemini deals with curiosity, and it deals with things that are invigorating and they're new and they're stimulating. Also, Gemini deals with truth as well. So, Pisces is I ain't gonna go there. Pisces, this is about allowing yourself though to explore new ideas and be curious here. I think the hard thing that it's imposing on you, Pisces, is that Pisces deals with the imagination. Gemini is rational and logical, right? So that's not y'all's arena, Pisces. The archetype Pisces, let's keep it real. Y'all are idealistic, imaginative, and you're fluid, you're flexible, you're dreamy. Where Gemini just deals with the facts, it's logical, it's rational, it deals with truth, it deals with information. So I think the hard thing with Pisces, for Pisces at this time, is how to find depth and simplicity. Or it could be the shadow side for Pisces is having to kind of deal with the reality of a situation and the truth of a situation, and having to navigate in a new way. I'm just being real, Pisces. I know that's not all of you. But I think overall, just to sum up this reading, I think this week is you're trying to tap back into that inner state of abundance here and flow. And right now, I think a lot of things are demanding your time and attention. There's a lot of work here that you're doing. And so it's you're trying to go with the flow. And there's also these other things that you want to be working on and doing. And because you can't really dedicate all that time to those things that you really want to be doing, it's making you feel not as optimistic or not as happy. And I think more than anything, it's you're trying to regain balance here in your life, so that way you can explore the new things that you want to do here. One thing though I do see in the outcome with that 4 Cups is don't let if you're in an undesirable situation and you want to change it, but you feel you don't have control over it, or maybe you can't make it happen or it won't work, I feel you could just be telling yourself a story here, Pisces. That full 7 of Cups is saying allow yourself to be ambitious and dreamy again and open up to those possibilities. So that's what I got for you, Pisces, in your reading. I appreciate you. If you want to book a personal reading with me, that link will be down below in the description. If you click that link, it'll take you straight to my website, and you'll also see that the reads are on sale as well. I appreciate you, Pisces, and I'll see you in the next video.